Good morning everybody, it is Monday the 9th of August and just want to do a real quick race debrief from yesterday's Olympic triathlon down in Porthcawl, which was called done by the Dragon Tri Club. So the location down in Porthcawl is down on Coney Beach where the swim start is. Then it's a 40k loop out and around North Canelli, South Canelli, Pyle, around that area I think, back into Porthcawl, rolling hills, and then back down into Porthcawl for the 10k run on the seafront out towards Rest Bay, and then back again. A couple of disappointing things really. I'll talk about the race shortly, but you had to register the day before, which has never been a thing, especially with the relaxation of the COVID rules. I thought that they could have allowed you to register on the day, so it meant I had to go down on Saturday afternoon, drive down, register, drive back, to then go down Sunday morning to race. Another negative thing, and this is not all about being negativity towards the event, because it's great to be back racing, and it's great for people to put these races on for us. But they said that you had designated slots for racking your bikes. So I was in wave 2 and my slot was 5:35. So I got up at 3:45. I was on the road by 4:15. The weather was horrendous going down, really was bad. I then racked the bike. I was in transition at my selected time, but then it appeared that there was no racking times, and everybody just turned up and you could rack as and when. So it would have been easier if they just said you turn up and you rack, because there was no designated racking areas. Oakley, bloody dog. So yeah, there was no designated racking areas, so you could rack where you wanted. So there was no designated times, which was a bit disappointing. I think they should have conveyed our message probably beforehand, or certainly when you registered, they could have told you then. So on to the race. I had to wait around for an hour and a half, and then 10-7 the decision was made that the swim would only be one lap out into Coney Beach, which is 750 metres. They hadn't put the boys out, so we had to wait for the boys to be put out. Being stood on the sand, which was cold. It was raining. In fact, no, I can't remember. It was just windy, that was it. It wasn't raining at this point. And then they only put one buoy out, so you had to swim to the buoy, turn, and then come back into the beach to another buoy, which was right on the shoreline, which is not really what they do. It should be at least a minimum of 3 buoys, so you can swim out to one, cut across to the other, then see your sighting to come back into the shoreline. So that was disappointing. It seemed rushed, considering it was the Welsh Championships as well for the Olympic distance. So that seemed really, really rushed. 7 o'clock getting them out. I just thought it was lacked a bit of professionalism really, especially when you go to the bigger races and they're already out the day before, the likes of Ironman. So yeah, the sea swim, we had to walk out quite a distance because it was quite shallow to start with, and then off we went, started swimming, really choppy. It's not the hardest swim I've ever done. I think San Diego was the hardest, but you couldn't see the buoy. It was a rolling start, but it seemed like a mass entry into the water, if you know what I mean. Just so many people around, loads of swell. So as you was going to catch the wave, as you was going to come over the top to catch, there was nothing below you, so then you was just dipping down into the water. It was like a washing machine. Up to the first buoy, and then back in towards land, where I got tangled up in a group of slower swimmers, trying to get past them. I got kicked in the ear as I was trying to swim past a guy, got elbowed in the eye, punched, usual thing really. So yeah, that was quite interesting. Swallowed quite a bit of salt water. Then off on the bike, and I gotta be honest, I made an absolute basic error in triathlon. I had my solid disc wheel on the back. I had my solid disc wheel on the back. I had my zip on the front, my zip wheel on the front, and just as I was leaving transition on the bike, the guy said best of luck on the bike and be careful, because as soon as I came out and I went across the seafront in Porthcawl, the wind, oh my God. How I stayed upright, I do not know. It blew me across the road. There's a guy on a bike just by the side of me. As I was overtaking him, how I didn't take him out, I never know. Horrendous. And as I turned down into this village, the wind was being blocked by the building line, and that was lovely. You could fly down there. So yeah, bad choice of wheels, real big bad choice of wheels. I then dropped the chain coming down a hill. There's a real fast hill coming down into, I don't know what the area is really. I dropped my chain, so I had to coast down to the bottom, pull in, get the chain back on, but my derailleur had flicked up and was stuck in the gears, so I had to bend that back down without snapping it, otherwise the race would have been over. So I probably lost about a minute and a half doing that, and I was in a group of about 6 of us. We were really motoring at this point, and then I lost all contact with them, which was disappointing. On to lap 2, same again with the wind, just fighting to keep it upright, fighting to stay on the bike without coming off of it. Then onto the run. Transitions were quick, 1 minute 15 I think for one, and 1 minute 30 for the first, I think, something like that. So transitions were good. And then onto the run. Start of the run felt really flat. I'd had plenty to drink. I'd had a Mars bar as well on the bike at about 20k, so I don't think energy was an issue. I don't know what it was, whether it was a mental game with me yesterday, not sure. But yeah, onto the run, and the run follows the same kind of path as the bike up towards Rest Bay, and oh my God, it felt like I was going backwards. The wind, I know everybody had to experience it as well, but for some reason I just really struggled on the run yesterday. People were flying past me, just couldn't get on the toes of anybody, just couldn't stay with anybody really. I think I overtook maybe 5 people maximum, but I had so many people fly past me, just couldn't run. Don't know what it was yesterday, just don't know what it was. Wanted to get off the course as soon as possible really. But yeah, finishing line then was in a bit of a different place from the original one. So yeah, finished it. Freezing cold when I got off when I finished. Got home, had a McDonald's breakfast, which I don't eat McDonald's, but Erin and I go in for Erin and Regan, so we had that. And then I led on the settee, freezing cold, had the boy led on me, and we both fell asleep for about an hour and a half, which was nice to warm me back up because I was freezing. It was horrible, absolutely horrible. But good to race, good to experience a bit of a tough race, because last couple of races I've had, it's not been too bad in all fairness, and I've posted quite well in them. But this one, 73rd overall out of 250 odd, something like that. Just not good enough yesterday. I wanted to be in the top 10 in my age group. I think I come 25th, 26th, something like that. May have been more than that, I can't remember. Don't know what it was. So that is just not good enough. Not good enough at all for wanting to qualify for the World Championships in Bolton in 7 weeks. So I got a lot of work to do, a lot of work. I need to lose weight. I need to lose 5 pounds. I'm 13 stone 5. I need to get down to 13 stone realistically. So I need a bit of self-discipline. Need a bit of tough love now. Get up, get on with it, and move forward. And there's no excuse, absolutely no excuse for yesterday. Just don't know what it was. I don't know whether it was because they were saying it wasn't going to be a swim, then it was a swim, then it wasn't. And so I think, trying to prep for both scenarios, which is what I've done in the past when it's been cancelled. Turn it into a duathlon is a tougher race, I think, than a normal triathlon, because you take an edge off your legs when you're doing the first run. But I was planning for that. Don't know what it was yesterday, in all fairness. We're going to have a bit of beef here now. Morning! No barking, please. Hopefully don't. Whenever I see this guy walking his dogs, Oakley always pitches into the dogs. They want to fight each other all the time. It's crazy. Yeah, but times wise, I didn't do too bad. I think there was just a lot of other faster people there yesterday. Swim 11 minutes something. T1 minute and a half I think. Bike 112. Average pace of 33k an hour. Considering those conditions, I was happy with that. T2 115. Again, you know, not too shabby at all. And the 10k run was about 47 minutes something I think. So yeah, not too bad at all, but just felt totally flat at the end of it. Didn't enjoy it. Did not enjoy it one bit. But you know, that's the game you're in when you're doing triathlon. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you struggle, sometimes you don't. But on to the next one now, which is Bowood half Ironman distance in 5 weeks. Like I said, I got a shed load of work to do before that. I need to concentrate not so much on the swim because I'm going to get down to about 150 max per 100. I'm not going to get any faster than that realistically. I can, but I need to spend too much time doing it. So I'm now into my 70.3 block of training, so it's going to be just longer distances now, nothing short, unless I'm obviously stuck for time where I'd have to do a little short session. But yeah, it's going to be, come on boy, it's going to be longer bikes, 90, 100k on a weekend, something like that, at race pace. And then running off the bikes, you know, I need to be pushing at least 10, 15k every run, probably 15k is the best. And I need to be 445 per k to stand me in any sort of step for those worlds. But yeah, it's going to be good, it's going to be interesting, it's going to be tough, but I'm up for the fight. So thank you for tuning in. I know I've rambled on a bit, but I just wanted to give an honest feedback for my race yesterday. Okay, have a great day, hope everybody stays safe, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care everybody, bye.